I don't think rappers view life insurance as being gangster. I don't think rappers view a lot of things that is actually really gangster as as something that they should be doing. What about respect? What about being loyal? What about being honorable? What about taking care of your family? Right? What about being a good dad?
What he actually thinks is gangster and is like taking care of your parents, buying your house,
Yeah.
uh, being a good father. Like that's really gangster. Gangster.
Agreed.
Next topic. T Grizzly urges rappers to get life insurance. Yes, life insurance. Sounds for you young whippersnappers, you young jits. You probably don't know what the hell life insurance is. You're like life insurance. You know what? Matter of fact, is life insurance gangster? Like to say you got life insurance, is that gangster? Is that considered gangster? Or is that like soft? But anyway, T Grizzly, I kind of want to. I what I want to do is I want to actually read the quote that T Grizzly said, and then
Mhm.
I will then ask you the question. Um, Let me pull it up.
Check this out. Check this out. While you're looking for it, you can find the quote and we can get the exact words he used. But listen, to answer that question directly, I don't feel like it is gangster. Meaning, I don't think rappers view life insurance as being gangster. I don't think rappers view a lot of things that is actually really gangster as as something that they should be doing. You know what this actually reminds me of? It reminds me of how, you know, historically the term real nigga has been overused. You know, when people be like, yo, I'm a real nigga, I'm a real one. But really, like, the connotation behind that phrase just means you're tough and you're dangerous and you're aggressive and you're angry. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? You're not to be messed with. Why
Yep.
is that what people need to be aspiring to? I always thought that was weird and backwards. And while I don't live that life that none of these street dudes is talking about, what I can what I can say is I think it's whack to to lead with those things as being considered a real one. What about respect? What about being loyal? What about being honorable? What about taking care of your family? Right? What about being a good dad? I think
You know,
taking care of your family is right in line with the life insurance conversation. Like that's a part of it.
it is. It is.
That's
I
a
mean,
part of it.
to kind of prove your point, remember that song Bun B made with Sean Kingston? That's gangsta. Remember that
Yes.
joint?
Yes.
Remember? In
Yes.
that song, Bun B is saying what he actually thinks is gangsta and is like taking care of your parents, buying your house,
Yeah.
uh, being a good father. Like that's really gangsta. Gangsta is not shooting people and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting because I think um rap is really going in a good place in terms of vulnerability, in terms of
Right.
being smart about
Therapy.
how they move,
Therapy.
about therapy, acknowledging things like mental health and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
um so here's the thing that T Grizzly said, which by the way, T Grizzly's a very intelligent rapper,
Hey
very
man,
intelligent.
the man made an album called The Smartest. Come on.
He's the smartest. That's true. He did make it. He made it the
Come
smartest. He's a
on,
very
man.
intelligent rapper. So what he said was, so look, right? As rappers, as successful black men from the trenches, we are the number one target, and we are the least prepared. So I feel like everybody should have life insurance. I
Mm.
need everybody to go get life insurance if you ain't got it. If you got kids, I need you to go get a will set up, bro, for your kids. Do it for your kids. So it's true. Like, every day, I'm hearing that another rapper has been either shot, another rapper's got pulled up on, another rapper. Like, it makes
Mm.
for interesting stories.
Right.
But as somebody that's living the life, it only makes sense that you do certain things to set yourself up for success and your family for success. Because one of the most heartbreaking things, I'm not gonna lie, one of the most heartbreaking things is to see the impact that losing Nipsey had on not only the industry but his kids. How it had on Lauren London. Like, we're seeing it in real time.
Right.
it's the impact that Kobe Bryant's passing had on his kids, his wife. It's like now luckily some of these people, they financially they're straight, but like, what about the rapper that's on the come up? What about
Right.
the singer that's on the come up? Like, you know, these are things to think. It's and it on the flip side, it's essentially preparing for the worst. It's essentially preparing for the worst, and that scares people. It scares me, but I'm glad to see somebody who's influential in his field say it, because hopefully it has a trickle down effect, because this is important. This
Oh
is
yeah.
relevant.
Oh yeah.
This is
Let's not.
dope.
You see, this is. I wish that T Grizzly was a bigger artist to speak that type of message from a bigger platform, bigger mountaintop, because sometimes that does matter, right? It's not always about the
For
message.
sure.
Sometimes it
For
is about
sure.
the messenger, right? Like, let's not. We would be naive to think that if J. Cole said that, the same exact thing that T Grizzly said, it would not have it would have a different impact, a greater impact, right? And so I feel like if we all keeping it 8 more than 92 with it, aka 100.
Bars. Bars.
Yeah. Keep it 8 more than 92 with it, 100. This is episode 100. We got to keep it 100, right? At all
That
times.
that is bars galore.
I think that we've seen countless rapper over the last year or two come out and say things like being a rapper is one of the most dangerous jobs right now, right? I've heard Jim Jones say that. I've heard just different people kind of echo that with all the
Yeah.
people we've seen die, right? Sorry, not die, getting murdered in cold blood a lot of this time. And I'm not even
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
whether who was right or wrong. I'm just saying, like, dudes are dying in this
Yeah.
industry in rap. We're not seeing that in other genres. And so I think in order to protect yourself and your family, because that's being gangster, protecting your family, life insurance is probably the least you can do, because it really takes 5 seconds to do. Like,
Yeah.
you can literally take out a policy in 5 seconds, call somebody and be like, take a couple $1 million policy. If something ever happens to you, your family at least is taken care of financially. That is probably the least you can do. And I think depending on the industry, depending on the job, the occupation, you probably should think about things like that. Life insurance, wills, trust funds, all types of things that we can get into. But of course, we all know controversy sells, and rappers are not talking about constructive things like that. But I think it's going to take people like us. Hopefully, we can get bigger as a platform and really start speaking constructive things like this to the freaking community, man.
Second,
These things are necessary.
To second some of those sentiments that people like T Grizzly is saying. I second every single thing T Grizzly said. I second it.